Hello everyone and welcome back to more spoopy time in the letter. We are back for more, still in Marianne's point of view. Yes, so in the last episode in terms of what happened, let's see. To give it a really quick rundown, it's basically Marianne. We picked up after Marianne needed to go to the BRC realty office to pick up the floor plans, and there, because Rose called us and said they were ready for pickup, and it was Isabella that would be the one to hand it off to us. So once we got to the office, it was indeed Isabella who handed the floor plans to us, and we tried to make small talk with her just to be polite and shit, but Marianne just gave Isabella this really tough love kind of advice to her about her pursuing the arts and shit like that, and that if she really wanted to do the arts, if she really wanted to continue to do the arts, then she should have been more passionate and more put more effort into pursuing that. But of course Isabella is like, no, it's not just a matter of whether or not I wanted to do it or wanted to pursue it. It's more complex than that, and it has a lot to do with money and shit. And of course Marianne just kind of brushed it off and just be like, of course everything costs something, there's a price for everything, and if you're not willing to dish out on it, then you can just forget about pursuing your passions and shit like that. I don't know, just Marianne just being, a little bit of a hard ass towards Isabella, and Isabella's just like, okay, fine, whatever, and she backed off because, of course, Marianne already kind of low-key expressed the fact that she didn't want to be bothered by the fact that she's just here for the floor plans and that's kind of it. Like, she's not here to make friends kind of thing. So, we left the realty office. The next day, we met up with the Wrights couple at their suite, or no, their penthouse, more like their penthouse, and then as Marianne was waiting for them to come down from their bedrooms, because when she came there, they're still kind of getting up, kind of getting ready and being presentable. She tried to turn on the TV in their living room, but of course there's some spooky shit going on. She saw something in the reflection of the TV, and it turns out there's bloody words of "help me," and there's a figure in the back that's blonde, and and Marianne is alluding to her. At that point we didn't know who her was specifically, but anyways, before we can even think about the matter much, no, oh, there we go, haunted keyboard again. Anyways, before we can even pursue the matter more, we get interrupted by Hannah, who was there. She asked us if we were okay. We brushed it off. We're just like, oh well, it's whatever. We had a little bit more talk about what they wanted to do in terms of the house, and what rooms they want to change it into. And so of course it kind of turned into Luke and Hannah arguing over whether or not they want a garage in the house or turning the living room into a garage. So we actually headed over to the mansion to do some inspections, and then we concluded that, hey, I think it's a little too risky to try to turn the living room or the dining room into a garage, because it might hit a support beam or some shit like that. So anyways, in that moment, Marianne, the Wrights couple split off. So Luke to one side of the house, or on one floor of the house, and then Hannah to the other floor, the first floor. So we decided to go to the first floor because Marianne expressed that she didn't want to be alone with Luke at any time, because it's still pretty awkward what happened with them. So she goes upstairs and she tries to go into the theater room, but it's locked. She had a chat with Hannah up there as well, just talking about basically Hannah's backstory of how she and Luke were her father disapproved of Luke, and how she's kind of reflecting on their relationship and saying how what would happen if I hadn't married Luke, or blah blah blah, or Luke, even though he's a bit of hard to deal with at times, I still love him for certain qualities, blah blah blah. He has sentiments as well too. And then Marianne's really and then of course Hannah revealed the fact that she dates both men and women, to which Marianne is surprised because of that, because she seems to allude to the fact that she had something going on in the past as well with a girl that she was interested in, but unfortunately she chose to not pursue it farther, and that was a big regret for her. And soon after, when Hannah left, Marianne experienced vertigo, and then when she opened her eyes, and she's in this she's in the hallway still, but like everything's all bloodied and shit and everything's bleeding. And then of course she goes to the study and she finds the mirror that Hana saw the ghost lady, that she mistaken the ghost lady as a portrait or the painting before. And so she sees Lorraine. So Lorraine turns out to be the her that was haunting Marianne throughout the entire time that we were in her point of view. And Lorraine turns out to be like a high school like best friend of hers that she had a crush on, except when Lorraine revealed her feelings to Marianne, Marianne rejected her out of, the belief in her, like, what she was like, what she was raised to believe, that this is like a sin, and same-sex relationship is a sin according to the religion that she is in. And so that's why she rejected Lorraine. And she thought that at some point when Lorraine was avoiding her, she would somehow, some way kind of make up with her or some shit like that. But before she really did, Lorraine supposedly committed suicide, and she ended up being found, dead by like other high schoolers and stuff like that. And that's how Marianne found about the news that Lorraine killed herself. Or I don't even know if it's written off as an accident, but I think it's for sure suicide. But anyways, regardless, she's now being haunted by the ghost of Lorraine, supposedly. I still think it's the spirit of the lady who is just taking on the form of Lorraine in order to haunt Marianne more effectively. So we had a bit of an incident in which Lorraine attacks us through the mirror. Quote, Lorraine attacks us through the mirror. Marianne escapes. She comes out. Everything goes back to normal. And she's really shaken up. Hana meets her again. She runs into Hana, and then she like hugs Hana because she was really scared and shaken. And that was at the point where she decided that maybe we need to leave the house right now. But she of course still promised Hana and Luke that she was still going to take up this interior design project for them, even though everything in her mind and in her her guts is telling her no. So that's basically, she goes home for the night, and this is her. She's asleep. She's sleeping that night. She's still really kind of low-key shaken up by what happened in the mirror. Oops. Shit. Okay, I'm gonna reload that save because I accidentally clicked. So, load. So essentially, this is the night. This is the night after she left the mansion, and she's just having restless dreams and shit. Restless dreams. So let's continue. So in my restless dreams, I see that mirror. Okay, the same mirror, I suppose, that she's the one that Lorraine attacked us through. So the one in the study. Yes, of course. Thank you for confirming. And in it, I see her, Lorraine. I see them. Who's them? There's a them this time. Oh, it's Lorraine and Hana this time, because yes, Hana has such a big resemblance of to Lorraine, because she's blonde and she's beautiful. Hana and Lorraine and Hana.
Oh, pathetic Marianne. Work.
Work. Send me down to work. Sorry.
She'll work herself to death.
But I got to work, girl. I got to make that money. Got to paper chase.
See, she doesn't listen. That's all she did.
Yes, because Lorraine, in the little spook that we got with Marianne with Lorraine, she was saying how, you can't even look me in the eye, you can't even tell me your true feelings, and blah 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 and shit like that. And of course Lorraine's voice is the voice that Marianne has been hearing throughout this entire time. So yeah.
Look at what happened to me.
Okay. They talk amongst themselves. They talk among themselves with cruel smiles and venomous tongues. Or rather, to themselves, two heads, one body. A horrible mockery of these women, as if they were one and the same. No, they're not, though.
More's the pity. Life goes on and goes out, and she doesn't even see it.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Do you think she'll even realize when she's kicked the bucket herself?
When they say a person has a hard time telling when they're in a dream, it was true often enough, yes. Even with this bizarre sight, even with the obvious implication that this isn't real, I can't help but feel distress.
Likely. Is that any way to live at all? She might as well be dead.
Oh, well, thanks.
Cruel fate that she's alive and I'm... well...
Okay, well... Though they speak into each other's ears, tones low and hushed, I can still hear them as clear as day. Their whispers pervade the air, heavy and oppressive. They bury and dig into my head like tiny maggots worming their way into my skull. It is only then that they take notice of my presence. Hi. Ladies. Eyes turn towards me and I can only feel small under their scrutiny. Caricature smiles etch on their faces, mimicking each other grotesquely.
Oh, Marianne! How long have you been standing there, dearie?
Quite a while.
Come join us, Marianne. We won't bite.
Okay.
Unless you ask, that is.
No.
Have you been looking at us? Spying?
Uh-huh.
How scandalous. Such a naughty girl.
Okay.
I'm sure you were just waiting for something lewd to happen, weren't you?
You know she will not admit it. She thinks it wrong. You've said it so yourself.
Uh-huh.
Yes. She thought me wrong, impure, abnormal, because I loved her.
Well, religion does that to you sometimes, okay? My breath hitches and I open my mouth to protest, but they stop me screeching. Okay, yeah. Oh, the mirror that holds them cracks, lines spidering across its surface.
Do not lie. We know the gluttonous thoughts you try to deny, girl. All those desires you bury beneath that sickening guilt.
Okay.
You act the martyr when you turn the bed you lie in into your own hedonistic hell.
Okay.
You are nothing but a tainted soul with filth-stained flesh held together by falsehood and pride.
Okay. They look livid. Uh-huh, and when it looks like they would lunge, I wake up. Yes, I wake feeling like the wind had been knocked out of me. Wind was stolen from me! With a groan, I squint and find a certain fluff ball sitting on my chest looking as pleased as Punch. Oh, hello, Berethio. Berethio was his name? Yes. Her name, sorry. She is the overlady of the cats, queen of despair and destruction of nice furniture. Yes. Though I can't stay mad at her majesty because it feels like she did something good this time. I was having a nightmare, but I can't even remember what it was about. Trying to recall leaves a terrible pit in my stomach. Maybe it's probably better that I don't remember. No, yeah, it's true.
Good morning, Berethio. Who's the good kitty?
You're a good kitty.
Are you hungry? Is that why you woke me up?
Probably. Most likely. A content purr comes from my sweet dear before she jumps off the bed and trots towards the kitchen. On the other hand, it takes me a bit more before I roll out of bed and start my day. Mornings before work is always a quiet affair. Shower first, then a mug of coffee and a bowl of oats. Sometimes I do stretches and I always check my work email. The Wrights will be moving into the mansion today. Okay. I don't think the paperwork is officially done yet, but it isn't too far-fetched to think they were allowed to start their move despite that. Rich people like them will always find ways to get what they want after all.
I'll be leaving you again today, Beth. So you behave and make sure not to shred up my new covers, okay?
Okay. Yes, Berethio.
And don't worry, I didn't forget tomorrow is Black Cat Day, so I'll throw you a party.
Nah.
But only if you behave like a proper lady.
She barely gives me a glance as I say that before going back to her own food. Cats. Yeah, cats. Still better than humans most of the time. Yes. Agreed. Too bad I have to work with humans. Yep. And we are back here again. The place is already busy as soon as I get here. The foreman, one that I've recommended to the Wrights for his work ethic, is early as usual. Already he's instructing men here and there with the bigger loads. Okay, and there you are, Hannah. I have no chance to talk to him as Mrs. Wright appears and greets me with a smile.
Mrs. Wright, I hope everything has been to your liking thus far.
Yeah, hopefully, yes.
Good morning, Marianne. It has been delightful and these men have been very helpful.
Cool.
Look at all this. It's so busy here. I'm getting tired just looking at them go.
Aw, cute.
No complications so far with the movers or the previous owners of the mansion, I hope?
Yeah, I hope. Because that would be, you know, not ideal.
If anything, the only one being problematic is Luke, if I'm to be honest.
Right, because he's a hard ass. He wants everything to look perfect.
He can be such a diva, but I do like that about him.
Oh, that's great. Alright. She stops, looking up at the upper landing where Mr. Wright comes through with 2 other movers and the mirror from the study. Oh, okay.
Oh, do be careful with that mirror. We wouldn't want anyone getting hurt because of broken glass.
Oh shit, and what if it, like, somebody drops it? Are they superstitious? Are they gonna be like, oh my gosh, 7 years of bad luck? Because you dropped that mirror?
Why are you even having it carried around?
Yeah, why are you even moving it? You don't want the mirror in your study?
Oh? You did say you didn't want the mirror, and I keep getting distracted by it.
Oh, true. Yeah, true. Hana did, but what's it called? Hana mistaken it for a painting because she saw the ghost in there, but it was actually a mirror. I don't even know.
If I'm going to turn the study into my office, I'd rather not have it there.
True.
Where can we put this?
I have no idea.
Well, you are not putting it in our room.
Right.
Why don't you go, I don't know, put it in the wine cellar for now? We can figure out to store it in the attic or somewhere else later, yes?
Okay.
You heard her, boys. To the cellar it goes. Mush!
Mush. Ugh, I hate the mirror. The movers bring down the mirror one step at a time, no matter how much the man tells them to hurry. An unsettling feeling grows in my stomach as I see our reflection in the bloody thing. And I look away, not wishing to risk anything. Yes. If I see Lorraine's image in the mirror now, I wouldn't know what I'd do. I don't have the luxury of privacy right now, and I'm not going to break down in front of all these people. Right. Okay, cool. They didn't drop it. Mrs. Wright only shakes her head and laughs at her husband's antics as they take the mirror out of here. Yeah. He's back and at it again soon enough, pointing the men here and there. Yeah. I'd say he's the man with the plan, but it sort of interferes with the layout and design that we've agreed upon before. I'm about to point it out, but
it's better you let him realize his mistakes on his own, rather than tell him of them. That way you do not get blamed for his actions.
True. It's because it's gonna be all on him. You did this.
It is more fun, too, to tell him, how does they say it? I told you so, once he slips up.
Yes. Agreed, Johannes. Yes. Most agreed.
Been working with him long enough to know that, huh?
Yep. It's not like I plan to make too much of a fuss unless what he changes is actually crucial.
It happens often enough, when one is made to accompany him nearly all hours of the day.
Oh, damn. I feel sorry for you.
Higher! Come on now!
Higher. Still, he could at least be less pushy about things.
Careful now!
That is not how you handle a Napoleon... what's it called?
I know your pictures are framed by cheap plastic, but those are framed by African blackwood and are one-of-a-kind commissioned paintings.
Okay. Oh, yeah, we've had this before.
Each one is easily worth a lifetime of what you lot make.
Yes. It is surprising how hands-on he is compared to my usual clientele. Well, the both of them are, actually. It's refreshing to have them participate despite their initial reluctance.
Luke, do the dishwashers go into the kitchen or the butler's pantry?
To the kitchen.
Pantry, Buttercup.
Oh, pantry. I always get that wrong.
Careful, that's a
That is mahogany, yes.
No, you there, put that down. You do not manhandle a Napoleon Abueva.
There we go. Napoleon Abueva is it. So, he really needs to tone down the dramatics a notch. Mrs. Wright and the butler look like they're used to it by now. But the rest of us, well, yeah.
Sweetie, why don't we go and sort your suits upstairs?
Yes, go do that.
Let your Hans and Marianne and the foreman deal with the rest of the work.
Indeed.
We have this, Mrs. Wright.
Yes.
Yes, please do go before a blood vessel bursts. Bloodstains are so troublesome to clean.
There's an obvious sense of relief as Mr. Wright is dragged out of the room, leaving the movers to do their work in peace. Some grumbling even comes from some of the younger workers. Right. It's a good thing the family butler isn't some blindly loyal tool to his boss, or there would be trouble with Mr. Wright. Right. He's not a snitch.
He is such a bratwurst. Whiny baby who never got enough hugs from his mutter.
Probably lost in translation, and not that I'm condoning talking about someone else behind their back, but I think you meant to call Mr. Wright a horrible brat.
Yes, I figured that much.
Well, he is that too. There are a lot of things I can call him, but I mean to say that he is a big weenie.
He's a big weenie. I love Johan.
A childish name for a childish person. Like a child, he whines when he doesn't get what he wants, and he breaks the toys that he has.
That gets a laugh from me, as well as a few of the movers who linger near. But yeah, he and I carry boxes, instructing the movers where they should be, and generally taking over Mr. Wright's work. It goes off without a hitch, and the man is helpful, efficient, and capable with physical labor despite his clean-cut appearance. A gentleman to boot, taking boxes from me when he sees me struggling with them. Aww. Speaking of boxes...
Hey,
what
one of the boxes for the kitchen is missing.
is it?
Has anyone seen it? The one with the pots and the knives.
The pots and the knives, oh no, can't have that missing.
The Bratwurst had it brought upstairs, thinking it was for the attic.
Oh no, you're gonna make me go get it? Really?
Why was he...
Yeah, dude.
Oh, never mind. I'll go get it.
Oh, dude. Here we go. Why even bring a box of pots and knives to the attic? That man is ridiculous. There's probably no point in making sense of what he does if he does them just because he can. At least it turns out that I don't have to make it all the way up to the attic. The mover, probably on Mr. Wright's order, left the box on the stairs. Okay, good.
At least it's not that heavy.
Indeed, and it's not entirely in the attic, which is great. I managed to hoist it up without too much effort. But the time it takes for me to do that is long enough for me to overhear an odd conversation I could never in my life imagine coming from a couple like the Wrights. Oh, what?
If you're not careful, I might go a bit loopy and I'll start bringing cats home.
Oh yeah, domestic talks and shit like that.
And soon enough, one day you'll find yourself going home to a farm just filled with felines that follow you everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, don't bluff. The things that shred up your precious furniture. Besides, you don't even like cats.
True. Dogs are infinitely superior here, of course.
Right.
But what about the wet dog smell? The mess. It's not cleaning up after a mutt, no matter how cute.
Mm-hmm.
If you think about it, a cat would be better.
For once, I'll have to agree with Whiskey on this one, though I can live with Mrs. Wright being a dog person. But as amusing as this conversation might get, I really should be caught eavesdropping or slacking off on the job, right? At most, I should be looking at ways of possible soundproofing certain rooms, perhaps bringing it up if they don't realize the lack of it. I really should keep... no, we shouldn't... Nah. I don't think it's right for us. I don't even know what happened there. My keyboard was acting up and I was trying to right click and it's just not letting me. Anyways. Yeah, no, just move on. We already know how this conversation went. Like, they eventually got around to talking about kids and shit like that. So yeah. So let's just move on. Just give them privacy, yeah? Yeah, exactly. So no matter how bizarre the conversation might get, I really must go. And not to mention, just standing here when I have no reason to loiter just feels wrong, right? Besides, the magic word here is privacy, and I respect that. Keep it in mind, and I won't have a guilty conscience filled to the brim with the secrets of the rich and famous in my hands. And it's not significant anyways, like, I don't know, because we already know the conversation, like I said. I take the stairs 2 steps at a time if I wasn't in danger of getting stabbed by my baggage and if nobody else was in the foyer. But as Johans takes the box from me, I only give him a small smile. Thanks, Johans. There's no reason to gossip about the peculiar conversation of his employers. He's probably heard much odder things from them, and he doesn't seem to be a cat or a dog person either. Yes. So as soon as I follow him into the kitchen, he raises a hand to stop me. Why?
9. I know you are very skilled in architect, and I have seen your work.
Okay.
But this shall be my kitchen, and I shall fix it according to my wishes. Yeah?
Okay. Kitchen is yours.
Kind of weird. Anyone would think that pots and knives are supposed to go anywhere but the kitchen, huh?
I assume he's gotten them confused. It wouldn't be the first time.
Right.
Confused? How does that even work?
I don't even know. Aren't the boxes labeled? Like, this is pots and knives. Like, I don't even know.
I understand covers, carpets, or even curtains getting mixed up. Hey, I'd even understand pots being mixed up with silver decor.
Well, that's just pushing it, but okay.
But knives?
Yes.
Oh, he has a collection of ornamental ones from his father.
Yes.
It takes them everywhere he goes, wherever he moves.
Okay, so like those like display ones, like samurai swords and shit like that. Okay.
I guess that makes sense. A bit.
Right? Like a bit? Like, okay, then, like maybe you should have labeled them more specifically.
Still odd.
Right. He merely shrugs before going back to work. Alright. The movers work efficiently even when they're left alone, and they do quick work of their responsibilities. The head foreman comes standing in the doorway to consult me on this or that, and I have to go help out every now and then. But they pretty much have everything up to standards, okay? They skip lunch entirely, not even realizing when they do so. Wow. Nevertheless, all is well as the butler gets to heating up the leftover bubble and squeak of breakfast and makes a generous batch of fish and chips for them. Ooh. Most likely simple in comparison to what he serves to the Wrights, but well done nonetheless.
That smells good. Want to wrap up some for me to go?
Right, can I? It's an idle Stop that. It's an idle observation more than anything. My thoughts, as they are, preoccupy me.
If there are any left.
Okay, true.
One can't go wrong with fish and chips. Everyone loves them. Even my husband. And he's American.
Ah. I really do hate getting so up close and personal with my clients. It's a distraction. It is obvious to me that I've gotten my priorities all wrong when I can't help but think about what I learned about the right couple. These things have a way of creeping up on a person, thoughts, ideas, whether they are fact or fiction. They creep up and fester, crawl and writhe in a way that twists. I hear giggling, delighted, and mocking. They creep up, and the sensation of fingers ghosting briefly on my arm causes me to freeze and hiss.
Don't!
Oh, I half expect her to be there. Well, I wouldn't blame you. But
Whoa,
Johan...
no need to scream bloody murder.
Oh, Jesus. Why can't you just... why can't people just greet other people normally? Like, just be like, hey, Marianne, or like, hey, Marianne, just instead of just creeping up and just be like, like taps me on the shoulder kind of thing. No, you gotta give me some verbal warning instead of just, freaking me out like that.
It's just me. Quiet down before you break glass.
Sheesh. But it's just whiskey.
Don't do that again. Ever.
Right. I don't like being scared, though I don't believe in the likes of spooks. Being startled is not on top of the list of things Marianne liked, right? Lucky for him, I have nothing within reach, or he would have gone on friendly terms with something like a rolling pin. I think a rolling pin is a bit much.
What was with that reaction? Were you really scared?
Oh my god, you don't know my story, okay, Luke? So you can't even say shit.
Has Johan's been telling you ghost stories? He just loves to scare people.
Oh my god.
Isn't that right, Brother Graham?
The butler's expression is unreadable. I hardly see any emotion on his face to begin with since I started working for the Wrights, aside from vague amusement. There must have been something there, though, judging from Mr. Wright's own content look. The expression on Mr. Wright's face is almost cruel. But neither of them spoke even as Johannes leaves the room to serve the workers their late lunch.
So, now that we're alone, Marianne, what are you so jumpy for?
Well,
I was just thinking about all the urban legends the movers have been telling me about this place.
Don't tell me you believe in that tosh. They're nothing but tales made up to scare children.
oh, you don't know that, Luke.
Tilly, Billy, don't you dare go up to that big mansion and get in trouble there. The ghosts are going to get you.
That's a boring way to look at it, but that's usually what it is anyway, no? Like I said, I was just thinking.
It would be a relief, actually, if those rumors of this place being haunted is true. That just means I'm not going bonkers, right? But still, it's like, okay, true, you're not going crazy because the rumors are true, but at the same time, if they are true, then you're fucked, because then that's not good either. Hearing, let alone seeing a dead person isn't exactly the symptoms of a healthy mind, right? Sure, it means there would be such things such as ghouls and goblins, but at least I'd be sane. Are you sure? Are you sure it's worth it? Are you sure it's worth your sanity over your overall health? On the other hand, there would actually be a dead girl walking around, right?
If you could excuse the inane question, Mr. Wright, you haven't noticed anything weird here?
Nope, not to our knowledge, because we haven't experienced his point of view yet, so we don't know. A simple enough question on the surface, yet I noticed the man stiffen as the question leaves my mouth. Or has he? We don't know. So I wouldn't have noticed it if I wasn't watching his reaction intently, but in his eyes, I see something dangerous. What?
It depends on your definition of the word weird. Are we still on the topic of this place being haunted?
Yes. What else would I be talking about?
Because no, things have not started to fly around and we have yet to require an exorcism. I don't think my head would like to do the whole 180-degree turn thing.
Jeez.
Well, maybe that, but no strange people?
Yeah, no, not seeing anybody in reflections of mirrors.
Aside from my usually weird butler and all the weird men traipsing around touching my things? No, not really.
Okay, alright.
Why do you ask? Have you noticed anyone strange while you were here? Because you must report it to Johans and he'll have security handle it.
Okay. No, I don't think security can handle my issue.
But these reports better not be about ghosts and things that go bump in the night. I don't want to waste manpower on the boogeyman or senseless witch hunts.
Oh, but you might just.
I'll keep that in mind, Mr. Wright. But no, it's nothing like that.
No, of course not.
I guess the mansion is just strange for me. It's a unique project.
Uh-huh.
No strange men or women lurking about then?
No, none that you have knowledge about yet. A dead teenager would technically qualify as strange, yeah. But yeah, the whole I see dead people thing isn't going to go over well.
Not that I know of. But I'll inform Johans immediately if something comes up.
Right.
I'm serious, Mint. You see anything, anyone suspicious, and you report it. Immediately.
I get it, but like still, even if it's about a dead person, it's not like you said, it's not like I can tell you outright, you know? You're just gonna brush it off anyways.
I think that goes without saying.
Right, exactly. So if there's a living person creeping around, then for sure I'll tell you, but but the thing is that my issue isn't with a live person. It's with a dead one. The concern he have on the talk of security is quickly gone. His arrogant, smug smirk returns, if a bit subdued. Okay, whatever smarmy remark or innuendo he has at the ready never comes though, as voices from the dining hall ring out.
So, is this a full-time job for you then?
What?
Nah, I just freelance mostly.
Oh.
Newspapers and events. So you can't really call it a full-time job.
Oh, there's Zachary! Oh right, he did show up during around this time too. Oh my god, this is how Luke overheard? Really?
It's fun
Damn.
to put food on the table, but
Oh.
it's not what I really want to do.
Oh, true, because they did have a conversation in the dining hall. Oh my god, like, dude, your walls are so fucking thin. Jesus. Like, we're in the kitchen for crying out loud and we hear this shit going
At
on.
least not all the time.
Okay. That would be the magazine photographer, I presume. As always, Mrs. Wright talks in such a kind and cheery fashion, no matter who she's talking with, right? It certainly puts people at ease around her. It sounds like it's working on the photographer, too. Hearing them, though, seems to put Mr. Wright in a sour mood, yes. At least, if his small scowl is anything to go by. Is he jealous? Try to lighten the mood, ask if he's alright. I mean, Luke, come on, don't be like that. Come on.
Hey, are you alright there, Whiskey? You're looking like you need a serious drink.
Oh, that gave me hella points with him. I figured, because we went straight to the point. Like, we went straight forward instead of kind of dancing around the issue.
What is it that you want to do then?
Yeah.
Films. Documentaries mostly.
Okay.
But cinematography is a lot more difficult than photography, right?
Yeah.
I was working on the thing, actually.
I'm fine. Just a bit winded from all that moving about. It's been a long day.
Oh, why are you getting jealous and worked up over this?
And the day's not over yet.
Right, okay.
So if you can excuse the bloodness, you either shape up to help or ship out back to your room and let us do the rest of the work.
Oh, but damn, Marianne. Just, again, really blunt. He hesitates, eyes locked firmly on the door that led to the dining hall. Even now, we can still hear as Mrs. Wright and the photographer chit-chat in between shots.
It's not my place to say this, but She really does seem to care a lot about you, you know?
Right?
There's no need to remind me of that.
Then why are you getting so worked up about this? You look so worried. A strange smile appears on his face before he shuts his eyes and sighs.
Tell the workers that you're all dismissed early.
Okay.
That's nice and all, whiskey. But we really shouldn't just take off. Delays aren't a good thing when it comes to big projects like these.
Right.
The sooner we tackle certain issues, the better.
Uh-huh.
And I trust you can take care of these issues another day.
Oh, he really wants to be left alone.
Don't make me ask again, Mint.
Okay, God.
Just tell the others they can go home early. And to not worry, they'll still get paid the remaining hours.
Okay. Wow, I don't know what prompted this. With the air he's putting on, though, I know better than to meddle and prod further. Okay. Besides...
Fine. You're the boss.
Yeah. Alright, walking out of the kitchen, I just accept the fact that whatever he says will go while under his roof. Yeah. So Mrs. Wright and the photographer are still far too busy in conversation to notice me, even as I make my way through the dining hall. Oh. Besides, I didn't want to ruin their fun.
Well, it wasn't really a big thing. People didn't like Blue Fonzie very much.
Okay.
People don't like a film about colors. I suppose they would have liked Blue Bibby a lot more.
Alright, there we go. So going to the foyer has me stumble upon the family butler once more, who raises a brow at my presence.
And where are you off to in a hurry, Miss McCulloch? The foreman is looking for you.
Is he now?
The Bratwurst wants us off the clock. He's dismissing us early because of... Oh, I don't know. He just wants us out of here.
Right.
I'll go and call a cab for you then. It would be for the best that you leave when he asks you to.
Yes, because he doesn't seem to be taking a no as an answer. So I don't doubt it. Yeah. Alright, so my ride back to the city doesn't take too long to get here. Wait, yeah, my ride back to the city doesn't take too long to get here. But anyways, we got a journal, so let's read up on that. Alright, let's see. Alright, this one. So, to keep her mind off of things that haunted her, Marianne McCauley focused on assisting the Wrights during their move-in. Later that afternoon, she was seen chatting with Luke Wright, who then demanded she and the rest of the crew take an early leave. Right. Because he's suddenly not feeling well about, you know, things. Granted, there were some difficulties at first because the driver didn't know where the Ermengarde mansion is, of course. It's like in the middle of fucking nowhere. Another thing to consider if you guys want to buy a big house in the middle of fucking nowhere is if for one, it needs to have a landline, and number two, it needs to have good cellular signal, or else you might as well just be fucked and like be a prime target for like murders and shit, okay? Jesus. He tried to have us hand over GPS coordinates from our smartphones or some other techno babble I didn't care about, and the butler didn't understand. But as soon as we told him it's that haunted mansion over in Anson Village, he knew just the place. That's so funny. It's like, what Ermengarde mansion? Haunted mansion. Yeah, you know the one, the haunted mansion though? Oh yeah, I get it. Totally get it. My god. And finally headed over, albeit with some hesitation. Me too. I wouldn't blame him. I wouldn't blame them. But we made it back alright, so it's all good. So all the way back to the city, the driver keeps complaining about that place giving him the willies. Well, I don't blame him. That's what I said. I don't blame you. I do not blame you. It gives me willies too. I would have loved to snap at him. But as soon as the thought occurs to me, another blossoms in the forefront of my mind. Why? What? Why can't you be #relatable? Why? What? One that has somewhat bothered me greatly, more than my exasperation over whiskey and this project, or wanting all of it to stop. There has been no Lorraine whispering over my ears today. Oh, true. True. Worse, I find myself searching for it. Oh no. Well then. Well, yeah, of course, because then you'd be like hella suspicious, you know, hella sus when the voices stop and you're like, okay, what's going on? Where'd she go? Searching for her. Damn earthy. Wow. God damn it, maybe? Loose ends. Fucking bloody loose ends everywhere. Yes. Sorry I butchered that Irish. I thought I've already moved past this years ago. Well, you clearly didn't. And it does nothing to help me curb my frustration. If anything, it only ensures that I want a stiff drink. Well, yeah, I guess. And where else do I go to drink? To the pub! Yes! The crawl bar. Tuesdays are for karaoke and Wednesdays improv. Usually it's these 4 guys who did hilarious games. The one with Irish drinking songs are always a crowd favorite. Oh, are you talking about Who's Line? I love that show. Holy shit. Though I love a good laugh, stand-up comedy isn't my thing, and without Cam or Haruna and any other distractions, I end up drinking a lot more this time. Oh no. And when there's several bottles of beer in me, I get really, really embarrassing. Oh no, girl, what did you do?
Hey! G! Psst! G, come over here.
G, who's G?
I need you for something.
I need you for something. It's a good thing that the bartender is a nice fellow, okay? I'd probably have been kicked out of other places by now, or worse. If push comes to shove, all he would do is give me an easy smile and a shake of his head, even when he's attending to other customers. Aw, what a nice guy. Just like now.
Give me a moment, will ya? I gotta go check on her.
Okay, bartender G. I wonder if it's someone we know. He's some Asian guy. What? And I'm pretty sure I've seen him before a couple of times. I've seen him here before a couple of times, although he never talks to anyone else except G. Oh, I'm pretty sure this is Ashton. The girls used to be all over him too, but he always turned them away. Yes.
I'll be here. You go do that before she falls over.
Yes, Asian Joe is his nickname.
All right. What is it?
Okay, so we don't know the bartender guy, it's just G.
Do you need someone to help you get home?
But we do know Ashton, who frequents this club, this bar, apparently. Damn.
Bartender, pour the wine.
Oh my god, girl, I don't think you need wine.
I think that's enough alcohol for you, little missy. I'm cutting you off.
Yes. Yeah, it's a good idea. A whine comes from the back of my throat as he pulls my bottle away. I have no hope of getting them back once they're behind the counter. Even in my drunken mind, I don't dare hop over it for them. Don't, you're gonna cause a scene. Because what little sense I have left knows I'd sooner take a floor dive than succeed in wresting a bottle from a sober man. Yes. But that doesn't stop me from trying to reach out with my arms like a stupid idiot anyway. He smiles and shakes his head just like I know he would before going back to the other guy.
Right now, where were we? Are you holding up, boy?
Okay. Yeah, with no drink and no one to really chat with, I would have gone home or gone to sleep on the bar right there and then, but you don't. But I'm not ready to stand up and try to trek back home just yet.
Same old. I'm still on the Luxborn firm case.
Okay, so this is before he got taken off the case.
Those blokes they talk about being in dark suits, whisking people into the night or some shit and all that.
Oh, like the Men in Black?
Didn't the media call it some ridiculous name in the morning news?
I have no idea. What case is this?
What is it this time?
Yeah.
Wait, don't answer that. They've called it a lot of things. As long as people don't start running around claiming they're the Illuminati.
True.
So, what have you got for me this time, G?
Yeah.
Anything good?
Oh. Okay.
Slow down there. You haven't even told me what sort of dealing dosh we got.
I know, right? What case is this? Is it the same case?
Who are you looking into this time?
Yeah. Their talk would have interested me, would have kept my attention if I gave a damn. But in my current state, I can barely give 2 fucks about the things going on around me. Yes, that's what being drunk is all about. All these words are just buzzing, barely surfacing from the sea of sounds that is the pub. And it would have stayed that way, perhaps even drowned, if I didn't hear his name. Whose name? Luke?
Luke Wright. You know the guy.
Yeah, some shady business going down with the Wrights couple because Ashton is just always adamant on Isabella and Zachary to stay away from them.
And don't pretend like you don't, G. It takes a special kind of ignorant not to know who he is.
True.
That smug blonde who likes throwing round his money. He was just here a few days ago, as a matter of fact.
Yes, and we nearly bet him.
Great tipper. If you think him just dumping a wad of cash on the counter after having too much whiskey counts as tipping.
True. But hey, you get cash out of it, so, not complaining.
Why are you asking? He dirty?
Yes, probably.
You have no idea, G. He's probably the worst sort you can imagine.
Really? Ooh, I want to know. Spill the tea. Spill the tea, Ash. Luke fucking Wright. Fucking whiskey. Even without him around, I'm still hearing about the guy. What the absolute fuck? I know. Despite this, I find myself getting up and sauntering over to them before sauntering over to join them before I pipe up.
Is this smack talk about Luke fucking Wright I'm hearing, eh?
Yes.
Private conversation here, lady.
Oh, but she has dirt on Luke because she's working for him. Well, sort of. There's only amusement on G's face. The Asian guy, he starts to look ticked off as hell.
Don't worry, Holmes. She's clean.
Uh-huh.
And she might be able to help you with your predicament.
Yes, because I do work for the dude, yes.
Course. A drunk's just stumbled through here with what I need.
Mm-hmm.
Get real, G.
Oh, come on. You don't know that.
No offense, lady, but you're
I
smashed.
know I'm smashed, but like I still got info. I still got the deets.
I know, right? Nothing beats being drunk after a hard day's work.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you're working for Mr. Luke Wright.
Right, see?
So, she works for the guy?
Yes.
Doesn't that make her, I don't know, suspect?
No.
See, have a little faith in me, why don't ya? I don't have much, and you might as well have something to go off. You're the one who was so desperate to come running to me for business.
Yes, indeed. And it's not like I'm involved with him in that way. Like, I don't think so.
Yoo-hoo! Still right here, fellas. 5'11". Can't miss me. Unlike Shorty over here.
Oh, shots.
What's with that mad look? You want to dance, boy? You don't look like you can bust a groove. Maybe a leg, but with that fancy coat of yours.
Okay. To add insult to injury, I move directly behind him and use the top of his head as an armrest. But when he shakes me off, I plop into the seat right next to him.
Don't try me. You can hardly stay on your feet.
Right.
We don't want to ruin your fancy coat, do we?
I got a fancy coat too.
Ah, children, the both of ya.
Sorry. She started it. Oh, I started it because I'm drunk.
But you're still standing after all that, are ya?
Yeah.
Matt, you see this giantess? She's a legendary regular here. Been drinking like there's no tomorrow. I'm a bit jealous. Can't do that anymore or my liver will give out on me.
Yep.
Good with the mic, too.
Yeah, I can sing.
Don't see you much recently, but I guess you're always busy, aren't you?
I am.
You're some fancy designer or something, if I remember correctly.
I'm interior designer.
Wait, I know you. You were at the open house for the mansion.
Yes, I was.
Yeah, that's right. Marianne I'm a famous interior designer extraordinaire. Ooh, that right?
Oh, Marianne, go home. You're drunk.
Anyway, you guys were talking about that weenie Luke Wright, right?
Yeah, right.
Or something. Can't really talk about it.
Well, I can give you all the dirt. Well, sort of. Kind of.
I don't even know if I can trust you, even if G said you're clean. But anything would be of help.
Okay. But...
Well, I don't gossip about my clients, if that's all there is to this.
Uh-huh.
You wanted to gossip about him a few minutes ago, Marianne.
Well, I'm drunk, okay? And drunk people like to change their mind a lot.
And that was the beer talking, not Marianne.
Okay.
You won't mind if we ask the beer a few questions then?
Yes.
Maybe. Depends on who's asking and what they're asking.
True. Because we did walk out on that one conversation that we could have eavesdropped in, but like we didn't. But like I said, I didn't think there was anything significant because we already went through that conversation as Hannah with Luke. So yeah.
But seriously, that guy is abso-fucking-lutely frustrating.
Yes.
One moment, he's an absolute dickhead. And then he's acting like an actual decent human being the next. I just can't figure him out.
Oh yeah, Luke is a complex sort of character.
I can't imagine how that pretty wife of his can put up with him. If I were her, I'd dump his flat arse straight up.
I know, like most of us would, I'm sure. So, and I'm not just saying that because I think Hannah's pretty or anything. Luke is a catch too. They both are. But I really cannot, for the love of all things holy, see how they even work out together. Well, I'm sure there's something.
So, Luke Wright, have you noticed anything strange about him while you were working with him? Anything peculiar? Of note?
No.
You're the one being peachy right about now, Holmes.
That stutter. Oh, man.
But nah, Nothing that comes to mind off the top of my head. He's just like most rich, smarmy arseholes and then some.
Yep. I giggle bubbles up and I press my cheek against the cool countertop with my eyes shut tight just because. Yes. Eventually cracking one eye open just in case they thought I fell asleep, I grin at Holmes.
So, Holmes, I'm guessing you're some private detective or something.
A detective inspector.
Is it Hannah? Did she pay you to look if he's been cheating or some such?
Nope.
Hannah's the wife, right? What about her? How is she?
She's a decent girl.
How is she or how is she? Well and good.
Marianne, oh jeez.
Definitely the nicer of the two and sexiest sin to boot.
Yes.
Not a private detective then. Are you from one of them tabloids wanting to know if the Luke Wright doesn't know how to put his pants on right? Pants. I'd take the pants off.
Oh, Marianne, please. Here we go. Slipping. I haven't been this drunk in such a long time. Oh no. It's a miracle I've been coherent for as long as I have been right now, and that you're consciously aware of what you're saying.
I'm asking you if you've noticed any odd behavior from her.
No, I don't think so.
Odd behave. You what?
I'll behave.
I wonder how she'd be drunk. I can just imagine her like the giggly sort.
Okay.
What do you think?
These are serious questions, Marianne. Lives might just be at stake here.
Okay.
What do you expect? She's
I
smashed.
know, she's drunk. She's drunk out of her mind.
Why am I even doing this? This is getting me nowhere, gee.
Yeah. We only just really, again, I think for Marianne's case, even though we do work for them, we only know the surface level of what they are and what they do and how they are. So it's like not like we can really actually help them.
She's not a reliable source. The chief, let alone the courts, aren't going to take the word of a drunk.
Yes.
This will be dismissed, and I might be in trouble if they try to argue that I coerced a testimony out of her.
Okay. Yeah, and you're not, again, he's not gonna get anything out from us.
This is a fucking train wreck.
You're a fucking train wreck now, if you ask me.
Oh.
Maybe it's about time you apply the brakes and stop for a bit.
The wave of despair that comes over the both of them is palpable. If feelings had a taste, it'd be better than the beer I'm full of. And it gets me thinking, though thinking doesn't get me far with too much shite in my system. Yes.
You know that's not an option. Thanks for being patient, McCullough.
Okay.
Good luck with your work on that mansion.
Speaking of that mansion.
Oh, she's gonna spill in her drunken, state about how she's seeing shit?
There's something going on in that place.
Yes.
Something.
Evil. I don't even know, evil within.
As ocht day! No wonder Mr. Wright likes it so much. It's as fishy as he is. Rotten bloke.
Right, okay, so, okay. If anything, then Marianne would be hella suspicious about how they managed to obtain such a fast, what's it called, the property of the mansion? Yeah, Marianne is always, really hella shady about how fast they got it, and she was like, wait a minute, don't these things usually take a lot of time?
Maybe that Santos girl is really onto something, eh? Suspicious shite, I'm telling ya. Explains why she's so reluctant.
What do you mean that Santos girl is onto something?
Yes, Isabella. Before I get another word out, there's a hand on my shoulder and everything starts to spin. There's hands on my shoulders and everything starts to spin. What? Who? What? I quickly slap his hands away the best I can and send him the foulest look I can muster. Don't touch me.
Take your hands off me, pipsqueak. I'm not a lady who's shaken or stirred unless you want me up chucking on your pretty hair.
Right. I think you touch me again, I'll just throw up on you.
But it's just like I said. Are you sure you aren't brain damaged or deaf?
She's just hella sus.
Santos girl from BRC showed us this creepy letter. You know, just like those spam stuff you get in your emails.
Yes.
And we thought it was some joke or that the girl was just a bit too green to handle a big sale like that.
Right.
You should have seen the look on their faces when they saw it. Whiskey, that's Luke fucking right, you get me? And the missus didn't look too happy either.
Right. Okay, so, maybe they're aware of what happened with the mansion?
I should have taken a picture and posted it everywhere.
Okay, Marianne, calm down.
When rich snobs give you that face, No wonder the Santos girl went all mental on us. Working with them does that, you know? I think I'm about to. I'm not mental yet, am I?
No, you're not, Marianne. Just really hella drunk.
Anyway, just like I said, in that
Man.
Hey, you okay? Holmes? You're looking a bit shaky yourself there.
Right, because Isabella told them about the letter too and showed them it too. So yeah, and he really is pale. Paler than before at least. I can see the gears turning in his head on overtime. Alright, so suddenly he shoves a card in my hand. Ooh, okay, business card. On it, his name, Ashton Frey, and his number. But he has second thoughts as he grabs it from me and slips it into my pocket.
You're cute, pretty boy. But I prefer blondie.
Yes, you do, girl.
Well, you're not exactly my type either, lady.
Okay.
But listen to me. If something comes up, don't do anything rash.
I'll try not to.
If you think you're in danger or if you see anything suspicious, call me and the authorities as soon as possible.
Yes.
You understand me?
Yes.
That's 99...
Yes.
I know what the damn emergency number is.
Right, 999.
It's just three is literally 3 digits, so they're all the same. God.
Anyway, I have to run. See you, G.
Okay, bye. Alright, the guy is quick on his feet, already up and at him, and as soon as the numbers leave his lips. Okay, there we go, we got a new journal entry too, where no doubt about our meeting with Ash at the bar. Oh, no, wait, oh, it's right there. Oh god, there. This, right here. So the interior designer once again drank her frustrations away at the crawl bar. Albeit heavily intoxicated, she was seen chatting with Ashton Frey, a detective inspector working for the LPD, about Luke Wright. Before abruptly leaving, the detective left her his calling card. Right, there we go. So yeah, there he goes. Watching him as he maneuvers through the crowd of the other pub goers is enough to tire me out. As fast as he can, he's at the door and throws us a smile, and that's all we get before he's gone, just like that. Okay.
Oi, what about your drink, boy? I'll go put it on your tab then.
Yeah, might as well.
Holmes boy always like that, G?
Probably, yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But what about you? I suppose I'll put your drinks on your tab too. Don't want you to spill your wallets when you look like you're close to spilling yourself.
Ah, you're so thoughtful.
Yeah, and if it's fine by you, I think I'll go take a bit of a cat nap here. Just for a sec or two.
Just for a sec. A sec turns into like, what, like 10 hours?
Go right ahead. I'll wake you when I close up shop.
Okay. Alright. There you go. Mumbling a sleepy thanks, I doze off on the spot, face pressed on the counter. Oh my goodness. Already I dread the pain I'll have for sleeping in such a position, right? But when you gotta go, you gotta go. Alright. Oh, and she's dreaming of them again.
Oh, Marianne! How long have you been standing there, dearie?
Is it the same dream about how they're gonna yell at me about being like, you know, oh my god, I'm so sinful and shit?
Come join us, Marianne. We won't bite.
Yeah, it looks like the same dream.
Unless you ask, that is.
Yeah. Not that I can get much sleep to begin with. Yep. Okay. Okay, we're not gonna go through that. Thank God. Thank God. Okay, so October 28th, the Friday. Alright, so we're here back in the mansion. Wow, we made it home with no incidents. Do people ever have the feeling that they're working on something they really enjoy, but still it eventually tires them out? Yes. Because honestly, I've been feeling like this. Oh.
You have certainly exceeded expectations, Marianne.
Ooh, is this the...
Everything looks so marvelous, and in such a short time, too.
Sorry, I was just gonna say, is this the part where this timeline is where it's before the home housewarming? Yeah, what was I trying to say? Housewarming party, and then Marianne is all like, oh, I don't think I can make it or stick around for long with it. Yeah. Though moments like these make all the hard work worth it. Definitely.
Well, I can't take all the credit. People have certainly been enthusiastic about the idea of working on the Wright mansion.
Yes.
There won't be any more problems unless Mr. Wright has any more objections about the second bedroom.
And this is the part where Hannah was just like, I want your opinion, so person A and person B.
Oh, no. We proceed with that room as planned.
Okay.
I already agreed to him having his greenhouse and his vineyard and his stables. He may as well let me have this one thing.
Right, okay. So we're only about halfway done, but the honest satisfaction on a client's face is enough for me to push through, yes. Let's face it, in between my exasperation at Mr. Wright's antics and her, I've been burning the candles at both ends. I can't even close my eyes without seeing a dead girl's face, so... Dead girl. Dead. Yeah, she's dead. I have to keep reminding myself that, burying my feelings as deep as I've buried her body, 6 feet under. Yeah, I shouldn't waste so much time on someone who's supposed to be gone. I've wasted so many years thinking about her already. Right, there should be no need to bother myself with the dead when I should be bothering myself with the living. Right, too bad the living are usually as complicated, if not more, than ghosts of the past. Yeah.
But don't you have a party?
She does, yes.
Yes. But Luke's just being a sweetie, you see.
Quote-unquote sweetie.
That friend he's visiting, he's having marital problems and he's just trying to cheer him up.
Well, aka you guys. It's even more complicated when the living in question is a pair of rich and famous socialites way past their honeymoon phase, right? So, and I've been somehow roped into being a relationship counselor.
They've been married for a long time and they've hit a... how do they say it? A rough patch.
Right.
His wife has a drinking problem and can be very neglectful. The poor thing really does his best to be a good husband. But it's never enough for her.
Yes.
Sometimes I think it's the years. Maybe it's been so long that they've lost that romantic spark. What do you think?
And it's where I say my piece.
If I'm going to be completely honest, I need to ask. This is about you and Mr. Wright, isn't it?
So this is the part where it's like, hey, yeah, this is where our choices directly correlate and how they affect the outcome of the situation. Hey, real time.
Suppose it is.
Yes.
What would you tell me?
Okay.
Then, I tell you it's none of my business. I tell you that I don't want to meddle.
Yeah.
But if the troubled husband with the neglectful wife asked me for my honest opinion, I'd say that he shouldn't base his happiness and his self-worth on someone else.
It's true, though.
Maybe he should try being independent for a while. See what it's like when he isn't trying to please someone else and doing things for himself. Everyone's supposed to be their own man or woman, right? A bit of breathing room never hurt anyone.
Right.
We shouldn't let our fear control our lives.
Why she thinks a single woman like me would be the best source of relationship advice is beyond me. Still, I talk and I answer the best to my abilities. I talk and answer to the best of my abilities, yeah. So without realizing it, I'm already pouring out a part of me that I had thought were long gone. I'd like to believe my words will be of some help to Mrs. Wright. If I'm honest though, they are of some help to me, like some weight have been taken off my shoulders. Ah, isn't that great? Lorraine.
I really should handle what's left of the work.
Right.
You won't be attending the party?
No, unless Marianne has been, like, on her end, Marianne has been, like, slinking about without Hannah knowing that she was there at the party.
Oh, you really must, Marianne.
The weight of what happened to her hasn't left me yet, did it? Maybe, yes.
I'll try to stay and chat. Maybe grab a few bites and a drink, but I can't be around for the entirety of the event. My apologies.
Yeah.
Busy.
You must stay a while. I'd love for you to meet some of my friends, and they're ever so excited to meet you. You need to say hello to the Lees, at least.
Oh, we all know how that went down.
If it wasn't for them, I'd never even heard of you.
Maybe it's about time I change that.
We'll see.
Yeah, okay.
So, if I can be excused?
Okay, so at least Marianne right now is realizing she has a problem. Yes.
Certainly.
She has a problem in letting Lorraine go, even though she somehow convinced herself that she has let her go when she didn't.
You'll have to excuse me as well. I must attend to the party before any early birds arrive.
Right, okay.
Because, believe me, they will throw a fuss if things aren't ready, even when they're not supposed to be here until an hour later.
So though I shouldn't dwell on the dead, I shouldn't just callously forget about them too, right? Yes. Okay, so saying that I have work left to do is an easy enough excuse to make. I know how other people see me. They see someone so obsessed with her craft that she would so easily miss things like a party for it. Oh no. Okay, so outside the parlor, people hurry about here and there in preparation for the Wright's grand housewarming party. None spare me a glance as I slip past them, each working on their appointed roles and not daring to slack off while they work for what is probably the most powerful couple in Luxbourne. Alright, where do I go though? Marianne, where do you go? I make it into the kitchen with ease, the wine cellar being my final destination. Why do you want to go to the wine cellar? Oh, do you want to see the mirror and be like, hey Lorraine, I'm here? Oh my god, but But when is a great task ever simple? Probably never. Isn't the wine cellar locked unless it's open right now in preparation for the party? And this is a great task, isn't it? My greatest one yet that is worthy of being called a quest. Okay. Don't need to get all RPG up in here, Marianne. I'm not acting as Marianne McCulley, the professional interior designer, when I chose to lie about being too busy for a party. I'm Marianne McCulley, a lawful neutral cleric with 9 points in wisdom and 8 in charisma. Okay, girl. Just thinking of it like that makes it a bit cheesy, yes. But it helps with the fear, okay? It helps overcome the insane thought that I'm actively seeking out something that has been plaguing me for years. Okay, yeah, if it's a little pet talk and it's just, lying to yourself to, like, hype yourself up over this, whatever that is that you're about to do, then, okay, girl, sure, go ahead. I might face my worst nightmare, or I might see nothing and find myself self-imagined, or I might see nothing and find my self-imagined grand quest fall flat. There, Jesus, okay. So it's like all or nothing. So, and who would have thought that the gatekeeper to be my final quest would be someone I thought would be a valuable ally? He's gonna be like, no, girl, you ain't about to go down there.
Schnell! Hurry up, you snails! We are on a deadline and you are wasting my time!
Yes, he's too busy, he's got too much to do, and you don't get in his way. The butler comes from the cellar and into the kitchen, tailed by a couple of others, people who I assume are most likely chefs and bartenders. Okay. He raises a brow, seeing me just standing there by the hatch, by the trap door. It almost looks like he's going to throw me out for being in the kitchen without permission. But then he motions for the others to disperse and familiarize themselves with their surroundings. Okay. Meanwhile, he continues to stand there, preventing entry into the darkness beyond. I mean, I still don't know why you want to do this, girl, but if it's to, like, overcome your fear and being so hung up on Lorraine, then okay, do it.
What are you doing here, Fraulein? This is not the place for guests or in an architect right now.
I just want to check on something.
I request you leave.
I know, but like...
I was just looking around for any last-minute things, yes?
Yes?
Yes, you have been doing that a lot. Looking around, snooping about.
Hey, now, it's not like that. It's not like that.
Now is not the time for such things. If you're not careful, people might think you are up to something.
I'm sort of, but like, it's not like I'm stealing anything. The look he gives me as he says this is almost chilling. If life was a game book, he'd probably be the true neutral warlock guarding the treasure room. A difficult opponent to beat with 9 points in wisdom and 8 in dexterity.
Well, I'm not done yet. I actually need to go into the wine cellar. Just need a quick go at the place.
Yes, quick go.
Just don't mind me. I'll be out of your hair soon enough.
Yes, please, yes.
Go outside, enjoy the party. Bask in the praise and adulation they will no doubt shower you with when the madam speaks highly of you.
But I just want to check the cellar.
Surely you've had enough of this stuffy old kitchen by now. You do not want to cause trouble.
Of course not.
Both the bratwurst and Hannah want this to be perfect. It would be a disservice and disrespect to toe out of line and risk it being anything otherwise.
Okay, so maybe we get shooed out by Johan here, and then during the party we sneak off and investigate on ourselves when everyone is too busy, like serving the guests and shit. Oh my god, Marianne.
And more importantly, I will be blamed for any failure that happens tonight.
Which is why you'll be very busy, sir, with, making sure everything is perfect. His intervention almost turns me away, okay? Maybe this is a sign I'm not meant to seek Lorraine out, okay? But...
Please, it's really important.
Really? When did this happen? What choice did I make in order for her to be, like, so persistent about it? What?
15 minutes. 9. 10 minutes. Any longer and I'll pull you out of there myself.
Okay, yes. I'm happy that you said that. Alright, I can count on you then, Johans.
The bratwurst will be furious if he thinks anyone is touching his precious wine without his permission.
Okay, Johans. You got my back, though, right?
Thank you.
Yes.
This seriously means a lot.
Right? He steps aside begrudgingly. Here we go. At this point, it looks like there's no turning back. Fuck. The cellar greets me ominously as I descend. The space feels smaller with a lot more bottles lining the walls compared to before, and knowing what might be waiting for me here makes things worse. Oh my god. The mirror that had been moved from the study is my goal, which is right there. I did not return to it after my initial discovery, but the thought of Lorraine, how much I want to see her again, even if it's just for one more time, keeps coming back to mind. As I walk through the cellar, I have to stop when I feel something crunch beneath my feet. What? Okay. Yeah. Whatever few bottles were left behind here are now nothing but glass under my heels. Girl, somebody needs to clean this up. This is a hazard. Perhaps dropped by one of the many chefs and bartenders the butler had escorted through here before. And it made a downright mess with red slick pooling from the remnants of a good drink. Yes. Let's hope that's just only wine and not something else. With how dark this place is, a person with a dark enough imagination can easily mistake it for blood. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can't help but think it is, despite the easy logical explanation that had come to my mind only because of what I'm about to do. Right. It's merely a momentary distraction as I continue to the end of the cellar where the mirror stands. Hey, propped up on the far wall, it gleams innocently while pretending to be a simple and ordinary mirror. How morbid to think this thing can show a person their deepest, most desperate desires and then twist it to an image so dark. It's like a fucked up version of the mirror of desire in, you know, what's it called, in Harry Potter. That's what I had seen that day. Though I heard Lorraine many times, I had only seen her here within its frame. I wonder if people have discovered it before. How many were wasted away in front of it, enamored, and how many were frightened away by what they saw? Girl, I don't think this is supposed to be a magic mirror or some shit like that, but okay. Yet, as I stand before it now, nothing. I can barely see my own reflection in this darkness. Okay.
How does this even work? Mirror, mirror on the wall?
Oh my god, Marianne, you scared me.
Something? Anything?
Yeah, Lorraine, I'm here to see you now. Like, you were so mad about me not looking at you, but now here I am. I'm doing it. Nothing. Okay, cool. Touching its surface doesn't make it magically activate or anything like that. There's no sudden surge of power, and I am not suddenly granted sight. It says what it is. It stays what it is, a mirror. Okay, good. Okay, we leave now? Was Lorraine's appearance in the mirror all some sort of fever dream? No, girl. Oh my god, I'm so ready for a QTE right now. Or a jump scare. Am I really that burdened with guilt and despair that my mind would eat itself in my stress and have me hallucinate such things? No, girl. It's like there's a ghost here that's, you know, fucking with you. Either way, just going here on some crazy obsession for a girl long gone must warrant me a trip to a doctor. Already I feel ill. Okay, after a few more minutes, in the hopes that something would change, I turn around to leave. Okay, I can just go back upstairs like nothing ever happened, perhaps drop by the party for some hors d'oeuvres, then go home and collect myself. Besides, Mrs. Wright is expecting me and I'm...
Going to leave me again then, are you?
Oh girl, I was just calling you! You didn't pick up! I stop in my tracks, but I don't turn back. As much as it pains me, I don't look back. If I'm just hearing her again, desperately delusional, and I look back to see nothing, I don't want to give myself false hope. But you just do it anyways, girl. You came here this far, so you might as well do it again. But when I feel fingers around my wrist pull at me, I look back in shock. Oh, you're normal looking. Okay. At first, my first thought is, how in God's name is this possible? And the second is Lorraine. Yes, you're looking much better than when I first saw you, girl. Her hands are cold.
Are you that mad at me that you're just going to ignore me, Marianne?
No, Lorraine, girl, homegirl, I ain't mad at you. I don't know what to say, and I can only stare at her in wonder. She stands there in the mirror with only her arm extended outward for my sake. Wait, okay, so you're still trapped in the mirror? I look at the hand still holding my wrist, and when she sees me looking at it, she moves it so that our hands are intertwined, fingers weaved together. Okay. Seeing her there and feeling her touch meant I'm not crazy, though however impossible and unexplainable this is all to me right now. Yes. It just takes my breath away. Pulling her out from there is tempting. I can imagine doing so with ease. As long as you don't go crazy on me if I do so, girl. Like, I want to be with you. I want to make up and I want to, you know, tie my loose ends with you. As long as you don't fucking kill me over it. Jesus. We can be together again, Lorraine and Marianne, like nothing had ever happened. But that would be all a great big lie, wouldn't it? Because you're dead and I'm not.
What? Cat got your tongue?
No, girl. I'm just really shocked to see you all pleasant with me right now.
Don't just look at me like that. Say something.
Oh, Lorraine, I missed you. I missed you so much. Even if this thing were some magic portal that could bring back the dead, that doesn't erase anything. Just looking at her, still a young teenager while I'm already a grown woman, it serves no other reason than to break the illusion that blinds me. I've seen her twice now, always behind the mirror. If this is real, if this isn't some delusion, then why can she only exist behind the glass? It's like, you know, Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah. You have no idea how happy I am to see you.
Yeah.
It's been so long.
Right?
You don't look happy.
I know, I'm just in disbelief. It's not like I'm not happy to see you, I'm in disbelief.
I really am happy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I can't help but think about what happened to you.
Exactly. I'm sorry.
And what does that mean? What are you saying?
I just feel really bad, okay? Like, I wish things would have ended differently, but it didn't, okay? And I regret it. She gives me this peculiar look. And before my eyes, she moves to step out of the mirror. Ooh, damn. Okay, so she's coming out. Alright. In turn, I wrench my hand from her and take a step back, almost as if I'm afraid. Oh, girl, don't do that. She's gonna get mad at you.
I don't know how this is possible. But whatever this is, it isn't real.
Oh, girl.
You can't be real.
Uh-huh. I mean, again, like I said, it might as well not be Lorraine. It just might be the ghost that's just, like, fucking with us, you know?
I'm right here, aren't I? What other proof do you need?
I don't know.
No. I see you. I hear you. I feel you.
Yes.
But even with all that, you can't be real. You just can't.
I saw your body. I helped bury you.
Yeah. So,
You're dead.
yeah. A deep hurt crosses her face, and it just breaks my heart in two seeing her wear that expression. I'm sorry, girl, but that's the truth, man.
Burying me wasn't the only thing you did. Don't you dare lie.
I know, okay, I might have caused you to jump off that window.
But I'm going to be the bigger woman, aren't I? Let bygones be bygones.
Okay.
I'll forgive you. As long as you stay with me, Marianne.
Oh no, girl, this is the ghost talk. This is the witch talking. That ghost lady, that scary ghost lady that's been following us. No.
That's why you came down here, right? To find me?
No, girl, don't do it, girl. You're gonna get consumed by a curse. Don't do it. That was the plan. I came down here looking for her for closure. But this isn't just closure. This is something else entirely. Yeah, because she's like, I'll forgive you if you stay with me, and that's a bad idea. I didn't think I would be forced to make such a choice. Right. Oh, do I leave or do I stay? Should I stay or should I go? Ah, no, Marianne! Marianne, it's all a trick! It's a trick, Marianne! You need to move on. You need to move on, Lord. This isn't... No, girl. No, girl. I'm gonna totally regret this. She's gonna freak her shit, and I'm gonna need to run the hell out of there unless Johan comes down here and saves me. Okay, I need to move on. Closure, that's all I came here for. Whatever this is, it might as well all be just a devil's trick. And I might as well make some use of it, right? Okay. I say nothing at first, for fear of angering whatever phantom this is. Yes, Marianne. Think clearly, think logically. I take Lorraine's hand and bring it up to my lips, pressing a kiss to her knuckles. She takes it as some sort of invitation to pull me along, to step back into the mirror until only her arm is extended again.
I should have been more honest back then, both to you and myself.
Right.
I know it's too late. I'm sorry. But
it's your chance to run, girl. But the thought of being with the dead did not agree with me, not one bit. Yeah.
I can't stay with you.
Okay, bye. Goodbye, my first love. Yeah.
So what? You're going to leave me for some old trophy wife?
No! She's already married, girl. I ain't no homewrecker.
That's it, isn't it? You're going to leave poor Amy Lorraine and go after the next rich, pretty blonde that you see.
No. This is a mistake.
All these years, guilt has been my driving force. I felt so guilty for what I did, what I didn't do.
Right? She thinks she can guilt me into being complacent, but she realizes otherwise as I pull my hand from her. And going by the look of anger on her face, and anger that runs cold, she did not like the fact that I'm not some puppet on a string. Yes, had she chosen her words carefully, I would have accepted whatever punishment Lorraine chooses to give me. Guilt had ran my life, and it might have very well ended it. Yes, because I deserved it.
But what I did to me. The blood in my hands is mine, not yours.
Right? It's my guilt. Whoever or whatever this shadow is, my gut tells me she's not Lorraine. Yes. I don't think so either. Yet I keep talking as if she is. I guess it's the more logical things to say, because rather than just outright like calling her out on it, be like, hey, you're not Lorraine, you know, I know you're not Lorraine, she's gonna get mad.
I broke your heart, not your neck.
Yes.
Don't you dare deny it! It was your fault!
Oh, girl.
Because I loved you more than I dare to admit? Yes, that was my fault.
Yes.
But I never meant to hurt you like that.
Right? Despite my words, no matter how sincere they are, she appears angry, enraged, in fact. Yes, it's been years since I last saw that face, and even now the memory of it is still etched deeply in my mind. The hurt, the tears, and the hate spilling from her eyes that day, the moment I rejected her. Yes, rejected myself for who I am. Yes, and she definitely will hate what I'm about to do next. I'm gonna shove you back in that mirror, and I'm gonna make a run for it. To my left, a wine rack. Oh, you're gonna smash the mirror. You're gonna push her in, and you're gonna smash the mirror. Do it, please, Marianne. Do it. And from there, I take a bottle and pray to all saints I can remember. For all my sins, for every hurtful words I've uttered, for what I have driven her to do that day, what I forced her into.
What are you doing?
I'm going to somehow, hopefully, get rid of you. I do it without thinking twice. Quickly, before I can hesitate, I grab a bottle and send it straight towards the mirror. Yes! Yes! Shards of the bottle and the mirror are sent flying everywhere as Lorraine's screams echo in the cellar. Bitter. Searing. Like every wounding accusation she hurled at me. Wounding accusation that she hurled at me. They've never left me. I doubt they ever will. But with this, I can move away from them, from her, live my life as I should, free from the burden. Well, until, you know, actual ghost lady was like, fuck it, okay, you want to do it this way? Alright. Her burden. Because the Lorraine I know, the real one, the person I loved, will never want me carrying this to my death. Okay. As the screaming dies down, I can't help but mutter weakly.
It's done. It's done.
Is it? Is it now? Mirror, mirror on the wall.
Oh, Lorraine. Forgive me, Lorraine.
Oh, Lorraine. Okay, girl, we need to go now. Okay, bye. Bye. Bye, girl. Bye, girl. I take some time to compose myself. Okay, woof. No, girl, not you. I take some time to compose myself, breathing in and out, stamping down on the tremors, still racking my hands, straightening out my jacket, and fixing my hair. All a weak attempt at returning myself to someone resembling my normal self. Yes. This would probably be easier to do so with a mirror, but I likely won't be able to stand looking at one for a long time. Yes.
Well now, I should probably go back up there. Party to attend, rich socialites to do business with, and food to eat.
Yes! Please leave!
Lord will be happy if I make some time for it anyway.
Yes! Okay, get out of there, Marianne! Okay, yet one last time to the shattered glass beneath my feet.
I'm sorry, Lorraine. May you see God's light on the path.
Yes, pray. I'ma pray for you, girl. And even though you're not Lorraine, but I'ma still pray for you. Alright, turning around to leave and for good this time, the uneasy smile on my face falls as I see Lorraine whole and well. Shit.
Come on, Mac. You really didn't think it would be that easy, did you? You get bonus points for trying.
Yeah, I figured. It's like the mirror is not like the main thing where it's like, oh, you must destroy the mirror to end the curse or to end her powers. Nope.
But you should know an 8 in charisma is not enough to turn undead.
Oh no. You be talking nerdy with me too. Oh no. She advances towards me, backs me against the wall. Johans, if you're there, it's a good time to show yourself. I can't even reach for another wine bottle without putting myself within her reach. Despite my earlier bravado, I didn't think she would be able to exist at all without the mirror. Well, you thought wrong. Can you blame me though? It's not like I'm an expert on the supernatural. Right.
That's not... You shouldn't be...
Oh, but I am.
What? After the mirror?
Yes.
Did you think just moving on will erase what you did to me?
But I've accepted it, you know? You know? Like, I'm guilty as charged, kinda, you know?
You're nothing but a murderer, Marianne. A murderer!
No, I'm not.
Stay back. You're not real. Leave me alone.
Yeah, leave me alone.
Stop! I'm trying to move on with my life, so why won't you let me?
It's because you did this to me.
Please! Just get out of my head and leave me be!
Yes. I tried to find an exit when there's a click. Oh, is this Johans? The next thing I know, I'm falling back into darkness. Oh, or did you find some secret shady hidden passageway? Oof. Oh. Behind closed doors? Are you kidding me? Does Luke know this exists? Hold on, I'm gonna read this journal. Oh, you're looking a little worse for wear, but like you didn't look like that when I was talking to you, but whatever. So desperate to deal with her painful past, Marianne Macaulay excused herself from attending the housewarming party to search for Amy Lorraine within the mansion. Seeing her ghost in the wine cellar, however, a realization hit her and she finally let go. Okay. Well, that was the idea until now we stumble upon hidden secret passageways and possibly a dead body and ghosts and shit. Oh shit. Oh my god. So I fall on my back and a door slams shut behind me. In a daze, I look around warily and find myself in another room entirely. Yes, secret room, secret passageways. On the other side of the wall, some sort of secret passage perhaps. An underground tunnel that has me wary and frightened, right? It also proves that the oddities in the mansion's floor plans are a lot more than just little discrepancies. Yes. Fuck. I expect Lorraine to jump out at me from the darkness at any time. A breeze blowing through the tunnel has me relieved, though, at the idea that there is still a way to escape should that happen. That is way better than being trapped underground with only God knows what that was. A funny thought comes to my mind as I start walking to where the exit might be. I think about how Mrs. Wright would be so disappointed if I didn't show up to the party. So this is where Marianne was at when the party was going on. Mystery solved. I imagine how furious Mr. Wright would be for breaking one of his wine bottles. Oh yeah. Even Johan's reaction comes to mind, though I don't really know what that guy. One thing's for sure is that I would be calling Cam and Haruna for a drink as soon as I get out of here, right? Oh, fuck. No. You need a hustle, girl. That noise makes me wary. Oh, a ghastly thing. A corpse of a woman leans on the wall. Where I need to go? Oh, shit. Her arms and limbs, almost every inch of her lithe body is peppered with wounds and rotting flesh. Hey girl! And it is then that the putrid smell of blood and gore hits me, making it so that I don't even question how I missed it in the first place.
How long has this been here?
This? Girl, I don't think you should be talking to it that way.
Oh, that smell! Oh, you're a nasty one.
I flinch as the thing twitches. It ain't no dummy, girl. Whoa, hi! As soon as it opens its eyes and looks at me with a smile, there's nothing on my mind but horror. Hi, girl. Hey, girl. Hi. Hi, girl. I break into a run. Okay, good. Okay, good. Oh, good. Oh, God. I tried to keep running. Oh, my God. I tried to keep on running no matter how much my legs and feet scream at me to stop. I keep on going, even when I look back and see nothing of her anymore, because I can still hear her. The scampering of her feet, the words she tries to form with her bloodied mouth, and the painful sounds of bones grinding against each other as she moves closer and closer to me. This is a QTE. This is a QTE. I'm nervous.
How long are these damn tunnels?
Oh God, Marianne. Marianne. There's a split second where I know. Oh shit. Okay, stop it. There's a split second where I know that thing is right behind me, a strange sensation creeping over my limbs when her presence looms over me. And then suddenly, I can't even do anything before I'm yanked by the hair and pulled back. Ow, girl! Ow, still I struggle up until I'm thrown to the side like some rag doll. Ouch! I hit the ground on my side and the musty smell of old hay that reaches me is my only indication that I'm still alive. Did you just toss me in the prison cell?
Please don't hurt me!
I mean, okay, I guess. Oh. My body hurts and I keep my eyes shut tight, afraid of what might happen next. Yeah.
What's wrong, Marianne? Are you really afraid of little old me?
Oh no, you're Lorraine again. Lorraine, what are you doing here? There's only dread, seeing how she's followed me even here. She looms over me, backs me further in the cell that I was thrown in.
Please. It's so cold. I don't want to be alone, Marianne.
Oh girl.
Why won't you stay with me? Why would you leave me? Why?
Because you're not her.
What are you?
Yeah, what are you? What are you really? Oh God. Oh God! Lorraine turns and shifts into that thing from before. Yes, I figured you'd be her. Okay, and with that same gruesome grin, it takes a step forward towards the cell. Towards me. I barely scrambled to my knees when the door to the cell slams shut and it just stands there staring. Shouts for help ring out in the tunnel, but none of them are coming from me. I'm more paralyzed and shocked by what is happening. Okay? My throat tightens at being fooled by the image of Lorraine at the thought of being trapped down here. Right. So then, where?
Help me! Help me! Oh, help me!
Oh.
Are you getting all this on camera, Carl?
Oh no.
Yeah, but are you guys sure this is a good idea? We're breaking and entering here.
Oh, am I stuck with a corpse of these like asshole students who are like, you know, stupid enough to go in here being all Ghostbusters and shit? Whatever. Better than having to deal with a QTE with that lady.
Don't worry, the owners of this place haven't been here in a long time.
Okay.
Look at this thing, though. It has writing in blood like some cheesy 80s horror prop. Wait, I have an idea.
Oh, you're gonna burn it? Well, you tried to burn it, but that didn't work out, did it? Uh-huh.
Oh man, that's genius.
Okay.
What kind of butthead would even take this thing seriously? Maybe we can stick this in Rowan's backpack. That's Juarez kid would panic.
Okay. Oof. There she is. She's like, what are you doing in my house?
What? Spit it out.
Okay.
Behind you.
Yes. There in the corner. Ooh. Oops. Well, there in the corner of the cell, a digital camera comes flickering to life, and a video has played back on the screen. It was hard to even consider paying attention. It was hard to even consider paying any attention to it when my life is on the line, right? Yeah, some asshole kid decided to be dickheads, you know, messing with the supernaturals. This is what they get. Like, you know what? I'm not even sorry that they're dead. You know what? Good on you. Good on you, girl. But when the ghost doesn't move and the teenagers mocking shouts of "help me" filled the cell, I just had to watch. And what I had seen, students, judging by their St. Goretti uniforms, yep, they were holding...
That letter!
Yes, that letter! And that thing, the woman, yeah, she's right here. Hi, girl! Oof. Oh. Oh. Wait a minute. That ain't right. What? That ain't right. You were the, what's that girl? Charlotte? Yeah, what the hell? Okay, hold on, girl. Let me just read this journal entry first. Okay, where is it? Oh, there it is. So while trying to escape the phantom disguised as her friend, Marianne discovered an underground prison hidden in the deepest corners of the mansion. Now trapped in one of its cells, she found a recording left behind by some of the mansion's victims. Yes. Now what? Hello? Or is that it? Is that it for us? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah. I figured. Hey, whatever. It's like whatever. Throw me in a cell while I care. I don't really mind. It's cozy. It's cozy here. Anyways, I'm gonna see where I am in terms of time, and I'm gonna see if I should end it here because this is a perfect place to cut it. So I think I'm gonna leave it here for now, you guys. This is a perfect place to leave it off on because it's the end of Marianne's point of view, and we are now going to skip on over to Rebecca's point of view, which says, you know, as I have figured out, we all have figured by going down the profile list here. Yeah, she was the one who's up next after we finish off on Marianne. So yes, new stories, new things to fill in the blanks in, and then that will leave Marianne's fate to, I guess, near the end of the game. And yeah, maybe hopefully we find her still alive, hopefully. I don't know. I mean, the ghost was like, I think the ghost was like kind of merciful on us in terms of like giving us a scare, but still just all of the wishes she did was throw us into a cell. I mean, sure, we can rot there and like be trapped there forever, but like, you know, still, we got everybody else to still piece this together, you know? So okay, so yeah, I'm gonna leave it here, you guys, and then we can pick up on Rebecca's point of view in the next episode and see where she comes into play with all this, even though she, for the most part, was a side character with little to no involvement as of yet with the curse. So yeah, we'll see, because, you know, again, it was the same thing for Marianne, but then afterwards we progressively found out about Lorraine, and now that's how the ghost is getting to her, is through Lorraine. So yeah. Anyways, so till then, you guys, I will see you next time. So bye.
Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. Shrieking